And we are live, except that the other one doesn't show people's. Uh, Hold on a minute. I have this up. Now I know what's wrong with OBS. Hold on just a sec. Let me restart OBS because it is trying to show the wrong thing. And it's still showing the wrong thing. I don't have to restart it. I just have to shut everything down. Okay. Hi. We are finally on the right screen because OBS wants to show every other screen I'm using today because technology hates me occasionally. But we finally have it up right. Welcome to this edition of Titan's Grave. We do have one player down, but I will let Kyle talk about that because I have hot wings and he remembers details better than I do. So Kyle, take it away.
Well, Dolphins player is away this week, and we're going to be saying that Dolphin is off, kind of buying stuff because after the last adventure, everybody was left with quite a bit of gold. So he's going to be out of character. Dolphins player has a bit of business to do with some family. He'll be with us next session. In the meantime, we have a new player who's going to be joining us in December, and we'd like to introduce him right now. Can he come forward, please, Nick?
Yeah. Hey everybody, my name's Nick. I'll be starting to play here in December, just like Kyle said. Hope to go well. Yeah. I will be playing a Saurian Mage, the second one. And yeah.
All right, and just to recap from last session, we had the entire incident Brew Corps that included a lot of partying, a lot of getting drunk, and Hellions, which haven't been seen in a few hundred years since the Chaos Wars. So, coming off from that, let's introduce our players once again. Let's start off with you, Andy. Who are you playing?
Oh, that was a spicy one. Okay, hi. I'm Andy. This is my channel. You probably know me. I am playing Arrow, the human warrior who now can, as soon as he gets in the store, can get proper cybernetic arms because he lost his long ago, and we just said he was using some cheap ones until I could afford to actually pay for them.
Disaster, you are playing.
I'm playing Messel, a little halfling artist who is pretty good with knives, and right now is hearing voices every now and then.
Coming back, you had all just left the Beer Baron, and you were headed off to Nestora. So let me just put that bit up because I closed the book by a stupid mistake. And there we go. A glowing map posted at the city's edge shows how it's divided into 8 boroughs. The Sage's shop is deep in a multi-building bazaar called the Market Bank in the borough of Alfield, which is overseen by the Vintners Guild. The city must have once housed many more people than it does now. There are abandoned areas that are home to weedy squares and plazas where footpaths haven't kept the way clear. Or spots where gravely ancient pavement has been chewed up by the weeds. And heavy traffic where footpaths have worn through to the ground below. Sunlight beams through the empty windows of a derelict building, and amidst the crowded apartments and shops. Empty buildings have long since been looted of their valuables. There we go. Let's see here. So many of them seem to be home to planned gardens or miniature accidental jungles. Dozens of cracked screens and monitors, many of them blank and dead, hang from tall kiosks and posts throughout the city, like clusters of strange coconuts around the stalks of palm trees. They are a mismatched collection of tech, from bulky monitors to flat ones, presumably assembled at one time by the guilds, but no longer maintained. Many of them display news people, clearly discussing the day's news. But there's no sound. Instead, the words are spelled out in subtitles below them. Nobody on the streets below seems to care or watch. Still, the city feels lively. People seem more involved in the lives than the news. Rugs and garments hang outside the windows of vine-choked high-rises, making it clear that even the taller buildings remain safe to live in, or are inhabited anyways. People lean on their window sills, taking in the sunlight and the view of the activity in the streets below. They're not the only watchers. In every neighborhood, on most corners, it's easy to spot little hemispheres of black glass, each about the size of a human head or a street ball, mounted on the walls and posts of rooftops and buildings. And every one of them contains a camera. The city is well surveilled. If these are the cameras that are noticeable, people are hidden, perhaps more are hidden around. While the decaying stone and weathered metal of the city blends into an earthy monotone gray, green leaves combine with colorful banners and posters to give the place wondrous color. Some of these posters notify performances by the Artists Guild. Others advertise local restaurants and taverns, and many announce the exaltation of the fallen, a day-long festival celebrating all who died in the chaos wars against the land's greatest enemy. The holiday is tomorrow. Beneath a wide, bright banner for the festivities is a poster depicting a gigantic human with arms outstretched, smiling over a stylized depiction of an Astora. It reads, "The guilds are watching out for you." Graffitied ink on the stones beneath the poster spell out in simple block letters, "Free us from tyranny and let us vote." Fresher paint sprayed through a stencil reads, "Vote with blasters." Welcome to the city-state of Nistora.
Well, this is a change of pace.
Definitely is. I like this eventful nature. Maybe there's something interesting going on.
Well, you guys have, if you guys wanted to role play out the shopping that you were doing before, you can do so. You do have the stage to visit. And just to bring you over to the map. Let me see where she's at. She's going to be located in Allfield, which is overseen by the Vinters Guild.
I think, I'm making sure my mic's on. I think I am probably going to go to the sage first because I want to find out what's up with that orb before I deal with other things.
Oh, that's good. You going to go with him, DC?
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him. Dolphin can go off and do his own thing. We trust him.
Yeah.
Ish.
Dolphin hears about a place called Donuts and Dragons or Dragons and Donuts and runs off somewhere, I'm sure.
More like somebody from he's trying to find the nearest rumor monger. That way the entire incident with the hammer doesn't.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, if he asks, I will probably tell him, "Oh yeah, you want to go talk to Billy Bob down on the corner? Tell him he talks to everybody. Tell him about your legendary hammer throwing ability." But anyway, yeah. So he goes off. He probably vanishes into the crowd. I don't remember how stealthy. I know Missile is stealthy, and if she vanishes into the crowd, we'll never see him. But he's also shorter than me, so I think he just vanishes into the crowd, and I just, yeah. I'm gonna head to that place that Gerlach told me about. So Arrow just shrugs and starts walking.
All right. So yeah, you guys start walking through the town, and it's quite evident that there's something going on that's not quite fully right with the city. There's a sort of tense furtiveness to everyone who walks through, and they some look at the glass balls around, and some are trying to do their best to get on with their days as much as they can. But yeah, that's the city's pathways is as badly maintained as they are. You can tell that in certain buildings they're much more upkept than others, and that seems to be more towards the center of the actual city itself. As you're coming up towards an intersection, though, traveling up towards the market bank, you hear a dull and abrupt double boom, low. Yeah. While traveling through the city toward the market bank, you hear a dull and abrupt double boom, low and window rattling, followed by shouts of shock and cries for help coming up from the street. Black smoke twists into the sky, followed by a distant blaring of emergency vehicles, and then what sounds like a single gunshot.
How do the people around us react?
Some of them are running towards, and some of them are running away. But the smoke continues to rise up into the air and you can smell an acrid fuminess to it. As you're coming up to the intersection, you see what looks like a guild or caravan of transport trucks ablaze. 2 trucks are on fire, pumping black smoke into the air against nearby buildings. Out of the smoke, a 3rd truck, its windows scream fractured, its blackened cab filled with dark smoke, coasts a few dozen feet down the street before rolling into parked empty vehicles along the road, smashing them to bits, using them to stop its own momentum. So it looks like, oh no, it is. This is what appears to be a terrorist attack of some sort, or some form of attack on the guild or caravan.
I'll nudge Arrow to kind of draw his attention to it and kind of ask, is this worth checking out?
I usually prefer to stay out of other people's politics, but maybe we want to have some idea of what we're getting into. So.
There are 12 people scattered around the scene. Some of them are unconscious. A lot of them are too injured to be able to move themselves. 10 of them are in stable condition, and they look like as if somebody needs to help them with just the initial shock of what's going on. But the flames are starting to rise higher off the vehicles, and the smoke is billowing more and more.
I'm going to mumble a few curses under my breath, and I'm going to make sure that there's no one in the flaming cars.
They're well. They look like the two guild logos stand burning in the street, the hindmost truck having collided with the truck in front of it. These hefty cargo haulers can handle some heat, but if their fuel systems catch, they explode. There doesn't seem to be anybody inside of them, but from the size of them and from the size of their fuel cells, if they do catch, this is going to be a big explosion.
Okay. Do I know how to prevent this from spreading? Because I don't have water on me.
You can either make a dex check or an intelligence check.
I'll go with intelligence. Not my
All right.
best, but not bad. So a 14, and I don't know if stunts really help out with this one. I'd have to pull up my stunt sheet, and I forget where I put that.
Stunts don't really help out with it, but
Okay, I knew there
You
was
start
exploration stunts, so
oh no, wait, yeah, it is an exploration encounter. So let's see this. Where is it? Where is it?
like I said, I'll have to find that myself because
So you've got six points.
yes.
So you can do with a flourish, the resources at hand, the upper hand, the object of your attention. What makes me wonder, you may immediately make another perception test at no additional cost in time or resources to discover more information about your surroundings or the object of your test. This bonus test must be used with different focus from the first test, however, and doubles on this bonus test do not give rise to stunt points. The two tests are assumed to transpire simultaneously, not one after the other. If there is nothing additional to discover, the stunt is wasted, but the GM will not prevent you from choosing this stunt even when there is nothing additional to learn.
We're going to
speed
go.
search.
Oh, sorry, you were still reading. My bad.
So you can do 1 4-point and 1 2-point, which is advantageous position. You make your discovery from an advantageous position and of your choice up to 2 yards away from that place. Blah, 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 blah. You may wait until the GM describes what you found. If relevant, before you choose your position, the stunt can be used multiple times in the same test. Have enough stunt points. Efficient search. If resources of any kind are typically consumed in the course of your test, you will use only half as much as would be normal, and you complete your test in half the time that it would otherwise take with speedy search. Resources at hand. Choose a focus that you don't have that falls under the same ability as the test you're making. You are considered to have that focus until the time or venue changes. With a flourish, the manner of your success is impressive to those who are nearby to watch you. You have a +1 bonus to oppose tests against them until the time or venue changes. Upper hand, if your discovery leads to combat within a moment or two, you receive a +3 bonus to your initiative roll.
Okay. I don't really care about being noticed by people, so sorry, which one was the one that let me do a second search again? How many points did it take? That makes me wonder was only 3. So if I can use all 6 points, I will use the object of my attention, which gives me a +1 on further exams, and that makes me wonder to do a second search right now.
All right.
So another perception check. That was intelligence, so yeah, this would be a perception, wouldn't it? Or would this be another intelligence roll?
You'd need another intelligence roll.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can tell that you've not got long to face to get these things under control. But do give me another intelligence check.
I just rolled. I got 12, 14, 18.
Yeah, you can see that there is a way to actually put this out much faster. It may you're gonna need somebody to direct the water that's being poured onto that's being fired at the caravans to try and put them out to help keep you shielded from the heat. But you know exactly how to keep these fuel tanks from blowing up by quickly getting them out. From what you can see.
Okay. Then whoever is, trying to put out the fire, I will call to get their attention and point to them, trying to, express what I'm doing with broad symbols, with broad hand gestures. So I'm going to guess that's communications if you're making me roll for it.
Yeah, give me a communications roll.
Okay, let's hope this goes well. Okay, that's pretty good.
Wow.
I guess with this one, if you're going to give me that stunt, I'm going to do with a flourish because I need them to see this one.
Yeah.
All my good rolls right here and now.
Everybody's paying attention to you right now. You are pretty much the focus and object of everyone who's trying to put this out. And they are working exactly by your very general hand descriptions to give exactly what you need.
Okay.
So the one of the guys directing the fire hose at it, just aims it directly into the spot that you're trying to head to, putting the fire out and starting to pull down the metal, which is warping it ever so slightly. But you can get there.
Okay.
I need I need an intelligence engineering roll from you, or a dexterity roll from you, or pull these.
I don't have engineering yet. I swear I'm going to get that as soon as I get that particular level, but I'll go with dexterity right now, which could have been better.
No, you try to pull at it. It's not giving. It seems like as if it's just a bit too warped. But you could try again.
Okay. If I'm pulling on it, is that dexterity or is that strength?
That was dexterity for trying to maneuver it out as gracefully as you could. If you're going to rip it out this time, it's going to be a.
Okay. Based on the fact that it's not moving, I'm going to say that if it's not coming out easily, then I just need to strength pull it out, which is an even lower roll for me, because I don't think intelligence alone is going to do this without knowledge of why it's stuck. So let's just rip it out.
You rip it out. This thing comes right out. It's like on the second pull as you're pulling on it. So you grab hold of it. You can feel the heat of the warped metal through the nerve centuators in your new arms. And as you pull it, it feels to just tug at your shoulder sockets. But you rip this thing out.
Yeah. I want to use my stunt points to make this a speedy. That's a speedy search, but I want to do this quickly, so I'm going with speedy search with my stunt points.
Yeah, you pretty much pull it out.
Okay.
You have one more point to use. There's still the second truck to handle, and it's getting closer and closer to exploding.
Would using speedy search on that one give me the time to just run over and do the same thing on the next one? I mean, with a new roll, but
no, advantageous positioning, because you've got 3 stun points.
Okay. That'll give me an advantage on that one, or that'll let me get over to the next truck. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess another strength or dexterity. You tell me, because I figure things are warping at this point.
Any of the 3.
Okay.
Any of the.
So dexterity, intelligence, or strength?
Yep.
All right, I'll try to be smart on this one. Smart didn't really help me out as much as I would have liked. I mean, it's still a 15.
Yeah, you pull it out,
Okay.
and you know exactly. You pretty much looking at it. You configure. You manage to
Oh,
actually.
there's a latch
configure-
right here. It lets it right out.
Yep, exactly. You just pretty much go, okay, that right there. If I flick that up, it drops it down, and then you pull it away. So the fuel cells are now gone from these things. They're not going to explode, but there's still the issue of all the people around that need medical assistance. And there is the third truck that is still filling with smoke, and you can hear screams coming from inside of it.
Oh,
Now.
dear God. Missile, I've made like 4 rolls in a row. Don't let me take away your fun of, jumping into flames.
No, I'm just talking to the people. I don't like the idea of putting myself in too much danger. You can take care of that.
I hand those fuel cells over to someone, and I run for the scream. Because I'm an idiot. I'm saying this as I do that. I'm an idiot. What the hell am I doing? I am
All
going
right.
to need new arms. I think my old ones are melting. I haven't bought the new
You
ones yet.
are, yeah, you're pretty much staring into the spiderweb glass. You could break this windshield in order to get in and pull that person out.
I do that.
Can I get a strength, might, or a fighting bludgeoning test from?
Let's see. I have brawling. Oh, we're just going to go with strength because I don't think brawling really helps. And if I know that if I get stump points with this, I just want to say I think there was some for cybernetic arms, but I had to go onto Green Ronin website to find it. That's if I need it. I don't.
Yeah, you just bash this window screen in, and you pull the person out through it. They're coughing quite badly.
Just
They need help right now, as best as you can figure. And what other?
I don't have medicine, so I guess I want to bring him to whoever it looks like they are a medical team.
There's nobody who looks like a medical team on site right now. Either one of you could give me an intelligence roll to try and say this.
I mean, I'm standing next to him, and damn it, that was my worst roll ever. I mean, it's an 8 with advantage positioning, which he's dead.
I mean, I
you-
can try, but I've got worse intelligence overall than you. I'll try anyway.
Yeah.
Not much better.
Nope, not yet. He's still fighting though. You can still try and save him. He's fading, but he's not quite.
I mean, intelligence is the only thing I can use to help him,
Give me another.
unless there's someone I can run to.
I could try listening to see if anyone's nearby.
Okay.
This is pretty much the do or die moment. He needs somebody
All
right now.
Intelligence is my best
Running
bet.
off.
Yeah, intelligence, please.
Nope. One better than last time.
Messel?
What, do I try intelligence again, or do I try listening? Oh, I'll try
Intelligence.
I would have used military lore if I could.
All right.
This guy's dead.
Yeah. As you're trying to give CPR, this guy's not responding. He's there. He's holding on to Eros' shoulder, and then his fingers start to lose grip, and his eyes just stare up blankly, and his entire arm falls from you, and he's.
I'm going to intimidate him into hanging on. I'm joking. I don't think intimidation is going to work.
Willpower. Maybe it's contagious.
But yeah, he's laying there on the ground, and you realize that at this point you're not going to be able to save him. He's gone.
Betzel, if you want to pick his pocket, he doesn't need it anymore.
That's good logic. I think I'll do that.
I like to think that's something Arrow would actually say.
There are still two. There are still two people out on the ground bleeding from the previous explosion.
Well, again, the only thing I can really do is apply intelligence to wrapping up their wounds. So I'm just going to roll intelligence. Yeah, you see, I used all my good ones early.
Yeah.
Now I have nothing left. So 12.
Ironically, that actually saves the human. There's still the female dwarf, and you can try and yell for people to help you.
Okay, I'll start yelling, which will cause a distraction for Missile to, start rummaging through people's pockets.
Yeah, no, nobody's actually coming to help you now.
That makes me wonder, because I have 3 stunt points. I want to do perception to find out why no one is trying to help.
Yeah, nobody's coming to help because at this point, everybody's starting to back and run away as guild troops are heading up towards the. So guild troops are coming in full official guild armor. You still have this bloody dwarfen woman right there who needs help because she's bleeding.
Fine, I'm going to yell for them to come and save her. No, I'm not.
They all just start running away. Messel, are you going to be looting people's pockets?
Absolutely.
I'm going to need a perception search check off of you,
Perception.
or a sleight of hand, whichever one is more appropriate.
I think I just do perception. Maybe.
You find a guild seal, but nothing else.
Okay. That's a little awkward.
All right. So, as you're starting to rummage through everything, and as the guild troops come up, they deploy medics with symbol. They send out people from among them that have the guild symbol for the Physicians Guild, and and the other troopers are all in official guild armor. As they fan out, they guide citizens to a safe distance from the crime scene. As they do this, a 20-something human man in fashionable clothes, and who may have been who was helping Arrow out earlier by guiding the hose to put out the fires, yells out, "Tell your guild masters this is what happens when they oppose the autonomous front. Tell them that they cannot intimidate us any." And one of the troopers just shoots him right in the middle of the forehead.
And I don't like authority figures anyway, so I'm going to go grab Missile and we're getting out of here.
I'll follow very quickly. I don't want any of this shit.
I do apologize to the dwarven woman. I say the medics can do more than I can, and then I run and grab her and run. If necessary, I pick her up.
As you say that, one of the men in guild armor has a microphone drop down from his helmet, level with his mouth, and it booms out, "Disperse. Disperse now. We have your faces and actions on file. If you stay, we will consider you interlopers in a crime scene."
Okay, it's time to go.
I'll
Yep.
think about leaving that seal somewhere later if they want to get me for the theft. But,
Oh, I hope that they got the part where I save people, not the one where I'm running around handing out fuel cells to random people. But I'm pretty sure I handed it to someone who just confessed to being a terrorist, so I'm screwed. I'm getting out.
All right. So, as you run off, even just a few blocks away from the site of the attack, the Nestorians are going about their lives like usual. It's just pretty much mere murmurs like another attack and insurgents raising havoc and trouble again, more through the conversations of the locals. But by the time you reach the market bank, most of the talk you hear is made up of haggling barkers and requests from shoppers. And the market bank is a sprawling collection of stalls, smaller buildings, and tents. So, yeah, let me just bring this into focus. That way it doesn't look like as if somebody just threw up a 1980 bitmap pixelated art poster. There's no way to fix it. I can't fix it. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's even smaller on my screen by the time it gets to the other people's screens. But if you have any complaints, send them to Kyle. I'm pretty sure I got his... I will give you his Twitter if you don't already have it, if you want to complain to him about his art style.
That would be the most use my Twitter has ever gotten in the 5 years I've had it.
That's right. Use it. Make use of his. Send him hate mail.
it's the only thing people use Twitter for anyway.
Seriously, do it.
Fair
Yeah.
point. Fair point.
Yeah, it gives me a reason to actually have it.
Okay. Do I need to change clothes because of everything I've done, or do I fit in with slightly bloody, slightly cinched clothes? I
You fit in.
I figured from the picture I fit in. Not that my wardrobe was ever nice, but
No, you fit in.
Okay. I'll just turn the mess on. It's like I do have some things to take care of, but let's figure out what this sphere is first. Because I know what it's going to take to replace my my clamps. So
Yeah, as you guys are walking through, you can hear several people in the background. One more tater, says an Erie and dwarf woman at a protest stand. Do you have this one in red? SML elf who even looks old. This place smells of flavor petals and musty books, of rose water and alcohols, of oily leathers and grilling meat. Street meat is perfectly able to be found here. So, is it the smells wafting through each other, carried in the wakes of visitors inching about in search of finds? Is it spicy? Asked a middle-aged and dark-skinned human woman with metal set into her face and scalp. Can you make it spicy? For a moment, the smell is curry. Then it's lavender, earthy, ground beans, and the sweet stench of drying cherries. These all mingle with glimpses of watches, rings, and artwork torn from old books and sold on unframed mats and plastic sleeves. Is it really gold? What do you care? It looks like gold. People treat you like it's gold, and you get what you want that way. Everybody wins. Whoa. Monitors flicker with nearby lists of shops deeper in the maze of commerce and art and culture. One of them bears the name in question, Farkea the Antiquarian, along with directions. And Farkea's shop is in the midst of Market Bank, down a flight of stairs. A sign, hand-painted on an old window, says simply, Farkea the Knowing. The shop is a warren of small rooms, each of arched bricks and sturdy metal shelves. All manner of curious finds stand, dangle, and lean about. Toys, dishes, tools, magazines. Let me just bring this up. There we go. Toys, dishes, tools, magazines, storage media, tea tins, and something that's sure to catch the character's eyes. So, articulated metal arms hang from a ceiling above Farkaya's counter, as if some truck-sized mechanized spider were trapped up there. And each arm ends in a tool like the magnifying lens, a scanner, or a sonar wand, all useful for appraising and understanding objects. Farkaya sits amidst those hanging arms. Sits amidst the hanging arms where she can reach them all on a pillow atop a stiff and archaic rolling chair. The sage herself is a narrow yet muscular, spindly and lean yet tough-looking, almost fibrous and leathery. Much of her silver hair is gathered in a bun behind her head. The rest frames her face, which is dominated by wide lenses and a thin hooked nose. Her outfit seems almost like layers of fashions going back decades. She looks up as you come in. Are you the sort of shopper who has to handle the curios you find?
I just hold up my hand. I don't handle much anymore.
I don't know why it decided to put everybody on the giant dragon.
Yeah,
but
I was so
there we go.
curious about
Here's-
that, but
Yeah, really nervous.
Don't worry about that. That will come up. She raises a slim eyebrow and gives a sort of half grin as you raise up your hand. Well, I can see that somebody's got a sense of humor. So, did you find something you missed from your youth, or something you never had, maybe never even saw before now?
what?
Why are you here?
I put the sphere on the table.
She eyeballs it suspiciously. Could be something, could be nothing.
My God, the secrets of the universe unveiled.
You're a bit mouthy for one with no hand.
Well,
Has
when
to
you lose
compensate.
something, you got to make up for it.
Exactly.
So
How do you
is the
think I lost
half-staff
them?
there?
Sorry, I was talking with you.
Who's the half stack with you?
We're only catching half of what you're saying.
Who's the half stack with you?
That would be me. I'm Messel. I'm pretty well respected as an artist around these parts. You don't need to throw that tone around. Tell us about this orb. Or sphere, whatever
Wait,
it is.
you're Messel Thornwise.
Well, yes, I am, actually. I have you know.
You're the one whose art has been flooding my back room.
Well, now you've met the artists themselves.
I just have one question for you. Why so many landscapes?
Well, I go around a lot. I travel. I see a lot of the world. It's nice to kind of capture that and bring it home to people who would perhaps never see such sights. Makes everyone a traveler.
All right. So there's two ways I can go about this. I'm going to either there's two ways. I could either try and find and solve this sphere, or I could provide you a 3D map. Which one would you prefer? So there,
I'm still chewing, so I kind of look at Messel.
I like the idea of this finding and solving.
all right. So I'll need some time. Come back the day after tomorrow. I'll do some work. But not much because of the festival.
Could we just get like a torch and cut it open?
No.
Just thought I'd check.
But yeah, come back tomorrow. Come back the day after tomorrow after the parades, and I'll be able to get this completely sorted out. Well, I'll have everything completely sorted out.
Okay, would you take another piece of art as payment?
She just looks blankly at you. I have so much for your stuff in the back, I can't move it.
Fair enough then. Have a lovely.
What if we take some of it away for you?
How dare you?
She kind of leans back and looks you over. How much are you willing to give me for?
Oh, I was just gonna haul it off somewhere. I thought it was like clutter. My bad.
They're priceless. You wouldn't understand.
All right.
I'm definitely not artistic.
All right. Here's a couple questions for you guys as players, because I was actually reading lines off like as if it was like her saying it, but it's actually meant to be for me to you guys out of character.
I thought I caught you cutting yourself off.
Yeah. So as you look through, are you guys the sort of shoppers who would who has to handle the curios that you find? Do you find something you missed from your youth, or something that you never had, or maybe you never even saw before? Does anyone find something that makes them sad or angry? Something in rotten shape, maybe, that deserves to be cherished? And between the two of you, who buys something from the shop that they absolutely do not need? And does your character collect anything from that they might find more of in the shop, such as your own artwork? Or does the character purchase something to add to that collection, such as your own artwork? Does anybody try to steal anything from the shop, such as your own artwork?
Well, technically, I shouldn't pay to acquire my own artwork.
Oh, she's more of a secondhand shop, so she's more paid than somebody else who probably originally either bought it from you or you gave as an IOU. But yeah, both of you try to find something that you would think your character would find within here, besides their own artwork, and try to think on that for a moment.
I find a talisman or an insignia from my old crew.
She looks that over. Got that a few months back from a retired pirate who came through. The guy was down on his luck, was selling that for the last bit of gold in order to live off of.
I say, I'll give you a gold for it.
I only got it off of him for a couple of copper. It's not worth much. I mean, There's
I'll give you
no
6
real
silver
value
for it.
6 silver's good.
Okay.
What does Messel find besides her own artwork?
I think I'll stumble across a regular bag, kind of carrying regular utilities, but I'll stop at certain initials and a little family crest next to it, and kind of eye that slightly awkwardly. That kind of disbelief that such a thing made it here.
Can't quite remember where I got that one. She's taking the 6 silver and handing over the pirate insignia to Arrow. Came
Would you
through
take
my
4
hands-
silver for it? Just because I was trying to do my math up for the arms.
Okay, so he pays 4 silver for it.
Oh.
She looks at him. He hands over 4 silver. She looks at him, looks at the insignia, back at him. Starts to pull it away just a little bit.
I need something to fix these. I say, snapping metallically.
Ah, okay. She hands it over. But yeah, she looks back to Messel. Those came to my hand through an old friend of mine. I don't quite know how he got them, but he is a fence, so could have come across it in any number of ways. I've got several bags like that with the same family crest on it.
I think I'll if I pick up the bag, it will be to kind of rip apart the parts. I'll kind of take a closer look to see if there's any sign of wear or sign of it ever being used, or something.
There are signs of wear. A few of them do look quite well loved, but other than that, the rest of them are quite pristine. So, among all the tools and among everything else, it's very much a quite like there were specific tools that were favorites, and then there were some that were just there to collect to complete out the entire tool set.
So how much for one of these bags? Not one of the new, fresher ones, one of these old ones. These ones with life and personality.
I take it there's something familiar about these to you?
I just like the design. Hope she believes me.
She looks him over very slowly. 2 gold?
That's the price I can pay for them.
She nods. Motions her hand for you to be able to take it, and just so long as you pay her the cash.
I swap the gold out swiftly. And take the bag from her.
Like, you put it down on the table, or you just, like, palm it?
I kind of just swap. So as I put the gold in her hand, I kind of take the bag from her.
So it's sort of like an Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, like when he's pulling up the baggie, the statue, and he places the baggie, so it's just like...
Yep.
She raises an eyebrow quite curiously at you for that.
I'll just go back to looking at my own artwork to kind of lose her attention.
It's all quite basic landscapes. Are you sure you're the Messelthorn that everyone talked about?
What makes you think I'm not? Doesn't my presence speak for itself?
Well, I kind of imagined you would be a bit tall. I mean, famous artist and all.
well, my size makes me have a much easier fluid fine motor control. These big human hands, they make such a mess.
I would like to use an intelligence check to try to compare her particular perspective of the world to the artwork.
From what you know of art and what you know of artists, they can draw from any perspective that they want. But what you've seen of Messel's kind of drawings and stuff that she's done in her spare time that you've been able to catch glimpses of, it's very similar stylings.
Okay.
What are you trying to say? Nah,
Art appreciation stat. I was just doing a real quick, does that look like she would have looked at it from that angle?
probably some stones. Well, big landscapes, the natural laws of nature make everyone dwarfed in comparison.
Yeah. But, yeah. If you come back the day after tomorrow, I'll have this all sorted out.
It's very nice, thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Okay. I don't know if Messel had anything else, but knowing that I still have some gold in my pocket, I'm going for those the people who do better cybernetic replacements. Because I can still afford that.
Yes, you can. So, coming through, you find among all of the market bank a couple of stalls. One of which there is a young halfling woman working beside a Saurian who are putting together some new forms of articulated armatures and arms and prosthetics. She has a tattoo. She has a tattoo that goes from about the middle of her forehead across her face and down her neck. As well, she's working in close, tight-fitting clothing, which allows the electric pulses of her magic to roll through her body and into the armatures that she's working on, fusing the metals alloys together and welding them without any seams that you can tell whatsoever that would hamper the servo actuators from moving. As you come up, the Saurian turns from his own work, installing small bits and tools into a forearm armature, and he looks up to you, and he sort of almost lisply says, "May we be of service?"
And I just say, I need something better.
What exactly better are you needing?
I show my hands.
Oh, you've come to the right place. So, Sarah, we've got someone here. The halfling steps back from her work and then sort of looks you over, and then nods slightly and goes, "So, how can you need better arms then, huh?" Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. Am I turn on? I said yeah.
Ah. So, what type of arms do you need? Are you looking for mechanics? Are you looking for like normal everyday use, something that you can take around an office space up in the up in one of the guild buildings? Are you looking for something for personal security?
I need to be able to work the trigger of my guns, and I need to be able to use my swords.
Nothing else?
Well, 5 fingers would be nice because that's what I'm used to.
Oh yeah, that's a given. Given that you're human, most humans that I know of have 5 fingers. So it's just you need it to be able to operate weaponry. That's it.
That's my primary concern, yes. Fine motor control so that I can work on things, repair things.
All right. Do you need? Well, if you're going to be repairing stuff, I can install tools into the forearms as well to use, or anything else that you need.
Yeah, that'd be handy.
So what would you need?
Well, some built-in blades would be nice, but I've been having to do repairs on my own, so as long as I have fine motor control, that's really the basics.
All right. So we can do that, and we can make you some arms along with some holdout short swords inside of them. Around about what was it that we agreed on? Out of character?
The short version was like 46 and some change.
Yeah, so around about 46 gold and 4 silver.
Okay, I'll hand that over.
She kind of hefties it and then goes, "Damn, I should have actually said higher." All right, Steven, we've got some work to do. She pretty much pushes you down into a chair while the Saurian starts adjusting your servo actuators that are implanted into your shoulder. And he looks you in the eye and goes, "This is gonna hurt a little bit." And hands you a plastic bit to bite down on as she pulls down 2 arms from the walls. They're actually quite nice looking. They're not really ornate. They're very utilitarian, but you can see from everything as she starts running through the checks on them that they do each have a holdout blade inside of that comes back down into the forearm, and each finger can reposition itself and sort of rotate around on an axis in order to manipulate objects and be used for finer detail.
Okay.
So
I want to try to pay attention to what they're doing in case I have to do repairs later on.
All right, can I get an intelligence check from you then?
Okay.
Yeah, you're not only going to remember this in full detail, you're going to remember every single bit of pain that comes with this as he just yanks out the bolts and your arms fall out from their sockets.
I like to think I had that happen a few times, so that part I'm familiar with.
Yeah. So she starts manipulating the metal of the ball joints of the sockets to actually fit that are going to fit from the arms into your shoulder sockets, magically shaving them down and whittling them while keeping them intact and shrinking down. And then after about 5 minutes, she then slams them telepathically into your shoulder sockets while Steven the Saurian then just pulls out an air ratchet and connects them into the nerves of your body. All in all, it's a quick process, but it is quite painful. They do it with such a precision and such a quick effect to it that it's like as if it's a pit crew working on a racer, working as fast as they can.
I
But
think I got
it's-
the stamina to put up with it all. Or the constitution.
Can I get a constitution check from you?
Will stamina help?
Yes, it will. Yeah, you get through it. So yeah, they get you all put back together like a brand new car, and she polishes off your arm. Or she polishes up your arms for you, and then nods and does a tap with 2 different dyes on each arm. Before telling you can stand up now, and you're all.
I'll just give them a quick test and run through, and say if everything works. Thank you. I'll be on my way.
Yeah, everything works. Everything feels quite nice as well. They really know their stuff for being like in a backwater equivalent of a stall in the middle of a flea market. It's like as if they're very well trained. They're much better trained than you would expect for somebody who's doing back alley arm transplants.
Oh, I'm pretty used to the resourcefulness of people who don't have as much. Although Swiss Army arms are pretty neat. But,
Steven goes back to working on the Swiss Army arm, by the way, and he's just fine tuning all the little tools that come in and out of the forearms of it. And then there's after a few seconds, he then flicks one of the fingers, and a small tool comes out from the tip of it, and then he starts working on that real fast, and then it then flips it back inside, and then he just looks at you and goes, "You're all done. Thank you for coming back."
I should have gotten some hacking implants too. I'll be back for that later on. I've only got 9 gold left.
All right, we'll be waiting.
All right, I'll just throw my tattered jacket back on over all this, and well, we got a couple days to kill, so whatever Messel is up to.
So what is Messel getting up to?
I'm just looking at. I'm just people watching, really. But I'm also thinking what I'm doing. People watching. I'm thinking about our past experiences and how we've done either fantastically well or fantastically awful in Dolphin's case, and thinking about perhaps getting something that could help keep us held together when we get cut up or something. So perhaps even just a shield or a couple of potions I'm eyeing out.
Well, you mentioned as well something that can kind of keep you all together while you're separated. Are you thinking something like a comms unit or some form of walkie-talkie system?
Now you mention it, actually, that sounds like a brilliant idea. Yeah, why not?
All right. So as you walk through the entire district, you see several people who are well to do, and as you look through across all the signs for different stalls, you do come across another fellow halfling sitting at a stool with several different sort of small comms units around them. Each of them about the size of a palm, and with several headsets as well attached onto them. So the halfling, the halfling himself is even quite tiny for a halfling. He's dressed in military fatigues. Everything else besides the communists there as well looks like as if it's military surplus. So you seem to have found the one guy who's possibly the biggest gun nut next to Arrow in this entire area.
I'll step towards him and try to kind of politely greet him and inquire on the comms unit, figure out what it is and how he got it and what else it could do, if maybe it has some interesting other bits.
Hello. So you're trying to find out about the comms unit. What exactly do you need it to do?
Just for me to talk to two other people, a little bit silly. Just keep everyone in check. Just see everyone's doing okay. Just keep an eye and kind of spread messages pretty far out because we don't like to sit together very much.
Do you need it to be a secure comm unit, or do you need it to be just a broad spectrum broadcaster?
I'd appreciate it to be secure. I don't want to be hearing anything which isn't what's meant to be heard.
Those I only sell in units 4. But let's see what I've got here. What sort of frames do you need them to fit?
We've got me, a dwarf, and a human cyborg person. We'll see how that goes.
All right. Now, what's the type of distance that you're needing us to go through? He hops down from his stool and he starts rummaging through several different cases, pulling out headsets and different things different comm units as he does so, and transmitters. Looking them each over and then tossing some back in, pulling out one or two.
I think maybe somewhere between 100 and 200 feet would be ideal.
So you won't get lost very far from each other.
Yeah.
All right. He pulls out a group of 4 headsets with their transmitter boxes and lays them out for you. Now, the 4th one, these tight spectrum transceivers, they always come in a group of 4 because that's how they have to work for some reason. The mixture of the programming as well as the magic that runs them can only work this way, and we haven't been able to find out why. But it's a tight beam focus. This one's particularly produced by the Voss group for its mercenaries. It's a very, very secure line, and the headsets are universal fit. Now, they do have a bit of a static when you first start using them, so I'd be a bit careful with that. So, I'm only willing to let this part for about 20 gold.
20 gold for the whole set?
Yeah. I need to get rid of this. And you coming off is actually quite a bit of stroke of luck for me.
That's very nice to hear. And if there are any technical difficulties, I'm sure someone I know will be able to patch them together. I'll take them.
He slides them across to you and takes the gold.
I'll do the awkward exchange I did before, again with him.
Oh, he follows you on this. It's almost like a halfling tradition sort of thing.
We drop and catch at the same time.
Exactly.
Okay.
It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you. You too. Have a nice rest of the day. I should keep an eye on the others. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. He hops back onto his stool and crouches down and pulls out a pipe out of nowhere and just starts smoking it. So, is there anything else?
There's some things I wanted to just pick up if we can't just retrofit them into my arms, which was a flashlight, because I don't have dark vision and that would be handy, and a lock break.
You don't need a lock break.
Right.
You got me.
What if I'm not with you? And it's actually
All right.
relatively cheap.
Okay.
The price of both of those together would be 40 silver pieces. I
Yeah.
can pick them up separately if they don't fit in my arms.
No, Stephen and Sarah are actually more than willing to install those into your arms.
Okay.
It's quite a painful process because they have to expand the metal of the forearms and the nerve.
That's what I meant by retrofit. If they didn't just pull easily fit in, I was just going to buy them separately.
Oh no! This is technically a retrofitting because with magic, all things are possible. They can
Okay.
expand the frame.
Well, you said there was already tools in there, so I just wanted to retcon a little bit. But okay, as long as it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're able to fit in. You're able to fit in the lock breaker, the flashlight, and the forearm dagger. Well, the light. The light is on your left forearm, along with its hidden blade, and the right arm has its hidden blade, and then along with that, it's got the lock breaker. Seems like as if they're only willing to expand it enough to fit in two of those big tools per forearm.
Okay. Cool. So I figured out the batteries for each of those, and cool. Now, actually, one reason why I was willing to do the lock break as a separate thing is because in case I just need to hand it to Messel, because after all, she does already know how to pick locks, and this would just add a +3 onto any of her attempts.
Well, it is detachable because it's
Okay.
more like the flashlight is actually integrated in. This thing just kind of like pops out, and then you still have to manually manipulate.
Okay, that's all I need to know. All right. Let's see. Let me just refigure my goal, because. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I said it was 40. That's a grand total of. Ooh, that's 5 gold. So okay, more than I thought, but I can still afford it. Okay, now I got extra tools.
All right. So, Messel, did you want those potions and stuff?
Yeah, I think I can splurge on some potions.
All right. Let me just pull that up in the Fantasy Age book thingy.
I'll also look for it.
All right. So we've got margin on Earth. Fashion. Tools. Traveling adventure. Grenades. Weapons. Grenades. Come on, where's the freaking cost per this?
Yeah, it says common, but I don't see a price for it. And that's unusual because they usually have a price for everything.
Mm.
Well, I mean, at least a base price for these sort of things. We prepare for things on. We're all used. Most of us are used to 5e, so trying to, get something like this figured out. Let me jump down to equipment and see if they list the price there.
No, I've looked through the entire equipment section.
Yeah, I'm looking for it as well.
I mean, I can see what the grenades cost. All right, here's traveling gear. Anything it would be here. Nope.
No, I'm not finding it.
I am sorry to ask for one thing that's
This is something that we kind of need to get a base price for. But
yeah. I think looking at food and lodging, if we try and pretend that's like a normal meal, I don't know, or rations or something. I don't know.
Because the closest thing they have is the most expensive grenade, which is a 2d6, is 24 silver. Which a fireball is cheaper, but does more damage. I'm gonna have to look
which
at some
is very
of those.
odd.
Yeah. The lightning vial must do something extra. Because an acid vial is 24 silver and does 3d6. I know I saw how much it heals, so maybe if we compare how much it heals to what some of the damage of the others are.
Actually, healing potions. Nick, you are a lifesaver.
All right, thank you for finding that for us, because none of us can see it.
All right, so, what type of healing potion are you looking for?
I feel like just a. Let's see how much I can actually afford. Before I start spouting random stuff. Okay. I can afford a minor one. We shouldn't get in too much trouble. Looking at that price list anyway.
Okay. So yeah, you come across a building with a giant glowing neon green sign in front of it. It sort of starts out with a giant green cross, and it slowly starts to blink inwards and inwards and inwards, becoming a smaller and smaller cross till the point that it's just a green plus sign. Inside is an elf at the counter. And it looks like this world's equivalent of boots on the inside. There's makeup, there's different sort of incants and distillations that would help with like everything from modern cold, like common colds, all the way up to fevers, some stuff for other more intimate things. But yeah, this definitely looks like a place that you would be able to find something akin to a healing potion at.
I just wonder, do you have boots in the States? I'll go to the aisles and browse to see if anything comes up within my price range. Maybe I could sneak something into my pocket.
Can I get a dex sleight of hand or whatever is for stealing check.
Yeah, I just got Dex.
Yeah, as you walk through, the elf takes a very keen interest in you.
Oh no.
So, what is it you were trying to steal right then?
I think I would probably steal a. I'd be generous as well. Not generous. I would steal a regular potion. Why not?
Like a regular healing potion?
Yes.
Yeah, no. At that point, the elf actually motions for you to come towards.
I'll avoid touching it and step towards her. Yes, you wanted to talk to me? What's the issue?
She points at the pocket that you've got the regular potion in.
I'll take it out and go, oh, this is definitely interesting. It carries well. The weight is really good, isn't it?
She nods and then very, very slowly puts her hand on the bottom of the potion and gently tugs.
I'll let her have it. I've been caught. Yeah, I was just going to do a walk up and down just to see how the weight was, to know if I could pick up any more.
Can I get a deception?
Deception is under communication, right?
Yep.
No.
Yeah, she just looks at you blankly. So, how many were you going to be planning on trying to walk around?
Well, I just thought if I could walk around with one, I could maybe go for a second. Maybe in the other pocket to balance it out, so walking sideways, you know. And maybe if I can handle one on each side, I'll weigh it down again with another two.
Buy something or get out. I mean, I've never run into somebody who was so blatantly trying to disguise the way in which they were going to steal from me. But really?
Stealing is a very strong word. I was merely trying to just check out how things are, because I've been eyeing this minor potion. Maybe I'll try one because you didn't let me check out the weight one. How much would you want for one less minor healing potion?
She looks you flatly in the eye. 30 gold.
Can I even afford that?
You can try and haggle her.
Honestly, I think I'm on such a bad front. She won't take it anyway. No, do you know what? Messa would absolutely try and haggle that. Oh, are you sure it's 30? Because I think I might have heard some people talking about how you can pick them up here for only 24.
Yeah, those people would not have been trying to steal from me.
You're so insistent on trying to steal. I wasn't stealing anything. I was just checking the weight. You can't buy something if you know you can't carry it home because you're not strong enough, or it's too heavy.
Or it's too bulky for you to be able to handle more.
But, I mean, someone could come along and design it with proper handles so it could be a lot easier to carry. Imagine just hooking it round legs, round arms, having them dangle off elbows, that kind of stuff.
Would you like a corked top on it as well?
Maybe a cork and some cotton buds to wipe up if someone bleeds.
She leans over the table counter and just stares you in the eyes while crossing her arms underneath herself to support her as she does so. 32 gold.
Could you maybe dilute it or something? Maybe that would make it cost slightly less? Honestly, we don't need that much. The one who gets hurt is not worth the healing anyway. We can just not get hurt and keep an eye out, avoid minor boo-boos. You know the type.
Selthar? There's a loud grunt from behind, from the back of the store. Would you kindly like to escort our little guest out of the store, please? After a few seconds, there comes out a giant, burly orc. His tusks pointing out at opposite angles from his lips, from out of his bottom jaw. His arms are built like Arnold Schwarzenegger out of The Predator. He just crosses them in front of his chest and looks you directly in the eye. We got a problem here?
Well, it seems like this person doesn't understand customer service. I think I should be on my way out to avoid any more of this issue and drama. How rude of her to call you out. How rude of her to call you out here. Like, there's nothing going on.
I can see that, and you should be quickly leaving to prevent a further customer service incident that might lead to a tragic accident and misunderstanding.
I'll decide to take my leave.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The guy turns around and walks back to the back of the store.
Word of mouth will hear about this. You won't get any customers because it's a bad report. I'm going to give it to anyone in hearing distance. And I've got good hearing.
Yeah, and I'll release the CCTV camera. Thank you. Bye!
No.
The Healers Guild does not take kindly to people trying to steal its wares.
It wasn't stealing, it was measuring the weight.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a very...
Bye!
I admire the commitment, though.
You got a story, you better stick to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's quite good. Yeah, you were as you exit, the door resoundingly locks behind you, even though nobody stepped up behind you to lock.
I think about turning up in the middle of the night, lock my way in, just pick some stuff up.
Yeah. Are you actively trying to pick stuff up while you're walking out?
I think there's too much attention drawn, so I think I won't try. I'll maybe kick a shelf on the way out. But a flimsy kind of little tap for my foot.
There is a quite ornate sort of display case at the front that's filled with makeups in various vials. Can you give me a quick dex check?
Oh, that's okay. Probably not.
Yeah, you hit that thing, it topples over.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna quickly get out of there. And can I stealth my way into the crowd and hope that they don't chase me.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh, don't know if that was any better.
Yeah, you disappear.
As intended, that's nice.
Maybe we can find something cheaper in outside of the town.
Maybe one of you could go in and buy it.
Yeah. All I found was like prices from Dragon's Age, which were a little bit more reasonable than what the other site had. But because Fantasy Age never made them, he can pick whatever he wants.
No.
Which, as the GM, he can always pick whatever he wants.
No, Fantasy Age does have healing costs associated with it. Phage Wiki apparently has it. Nick's actually brought it up to me.
Yeah, I was checking the
listening in on
wiki,
this.
and then
Yeah,
I
I
went
saw
to.
that too.
I also came across what Dragon Age cost, so I figure you could take whichever one you wanted. Because 24 just sounded really high.
Yeah. So,
For the setting, it kind of works. Stingy City, CCTV.
That's why I said maybe maybe in other towns he'll look at other prices for us. But I don't think you can ever go back to that shop regardless.
Absolutely not. I'm not having it.
yeah, after a few minutes, you can actually see on the front doors, like there's a small list of with pictures of who's banned from the store. There's now a picture of Mess on there.
Oh,
Oh. Good commitment to the lie, though. It's all about
it
balance.
makes sense. It makes
I'm very
sense.
OCD. Everything has to weigh the same.
Well, I'm sure you guys have had it when you've gone to the shops and you bought way too much and the walk home was really tough. That's just a thing.
I drive, so
Oh no, I'm pedestrian.
yeah.
I'm too poor for that. But I don't know, to walk to the car, maybe as you're going through the basket.
But I
or
did
do
used to
you
live.
try-
I did used to live in an upstairs apartment, and believe me, I was the sort of person who made one trip as often as possible up and down those stairs.
Yeah.
It's also why I will burn furniture before I move it up a flight of stairs ever again.
Yeah, I've been in the position where I've been able to pay for groceries to be delivered to my door. So,
Oh, I never get that.
because walking down a football field length driveway with them is not good. But yeah,
No, it wouldn't be.
so are you going to try and find another potion shop?
I think I'll. I think not. I think I'll kind of just scout around. I mean, we're good enough not to get too badly hurt. Stupid enough to get hurt. It's their own problem. Day by the potion. That'll be my philosophy from now on. Because honestly, if this is what I get when I go out to try and help people, then it's obviously not working out. Why bother?
All right. So, yeah, no, that's fine. Are you guys going to go to the Parade of the Fallen the next day?
Yes, I do just want to say that, hey, we've been overlooking the fact that there is a heal action that does not require anything but, a healing on your intelligence would probably help us out. But there is a heal action if one of us completely falls down. So all it is a stunt die plus your intelligence, for health. So not much, but next time we get into a bad fight, there's that option.
That's pretty good and useful.
I'm going to post that in chat so that You guys can see it. Maybe somebody will rule differently. Maybe he'll insist that we have to have the healing feat to do it, or the healing focus.
Oh no. If it's an actual action, I am never going to prevent you from being able to take.
I was going to say, because for me it's like having the healing focus might have, it would make sense if you said you need the healing focus to actually use this. So,
All right.
you know what? Let's do rules lawyering later on. We know what to look up later.
Yeah. Sorry.
There's a parade and we have a day to kill.
Yeah, and
I don't know if
unfortunately,
Nessa
that's-
wanted to talk about any of what happened while I was getting my arms. I just want to see, do I know about any of that?
I think I'll just chalk it up to a bunch of people being really stingy and maybe even go as far as to call it racist, but not go any further than that.
Okay, so I'll just say, all right, well, I don't get hit that often, and I can take a few when I do, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, as Messel's explaining it to you, the elf
Oh no.
is standing right behind.
I figured this happened the next day. I mean, that night,
No.
honestly.
No, this is after
Okay.
she finds you
Okay.
and is telling you.
My stuff meant nothing.
Messel feels a tiny poke on the top of her head.
This proves my point.
No, she was trying to steal from us.
He was checking the weight. I didn't want to carry something too heavy for me.
Uh-huh. And
I
then
would've
you
walked
just want
straight- I would have walked straight up to you to kind of hand it over to the counter. You stopped me before you can say I'm wrong.
That's the thing, you probably have stolen from me before, but you just hadn't gotten caught.
Oh no, I've never been here before. You can. I wouldn't steal from people. I'm not a thief.
Going to
No,
stand there with,
really?
all my my weapons that are hard to hide and just say, but it's over with now, isn't it?
The elf nods very slowly, but just goes, make sure that she doesn't get into any further trouble.
I often lose track of her.
Please don't. Your pet could get in quite a lot of trouble. Small animals should probably be leashed and collared.
Racism is very unbecoming of you. I really wish that had been a stronger role right about now.
The self is overpowered.
No, she just nods, sort of loosens up a bit, but nods. It's not necessarily racism, but when somebody tries to steal from me, they're not exactly the most intelligent of species.
I wasn't trying to steal from you, and that's
Okay,
an
there's a difference
overgeneralization of
between
just-
the individual and the species. That's the problem with you elves. You're so long-lived, you look down on everyone else.
Well, it's not my fault that your genome is a bit short, but I tend to keep everything
Walk
else.
back to
that
your
tries
store.
He just very calmly does so.
I just turned to Arrow after that. Can you believe that thing? How dare they say some of those things?
Okay, thing is just implying that she's not a person. She's a rude person, but you did sort of start things. We'll rob her later.
I'll second that.
So,
They're probably going to build a fort. Just traps everywhere, just for me.
I'm not saying I oppose stealing from her. Let's just not get racist about it. Or speciesist or whatever. I don't even know. There was so many insults being slung around there.
It
Just
is.
shoot
It is
people.
actually. It is actually speciesism because you're all each different species. So yeah, it's speciesist.
But even that sounds a bit, I just shoot people. It's simpler that way.
I would have stabbed her if the big guy didn't turn up. Just nabbed her in the face and gotten out of there. That would have been the plan. But
Oh no, you
upset big guy. I'm just saying this, even though I know I would have just bolted out of there anyway. Just saying this.
Yeah, Arrow's just nodding like, yeah, whatever. Come on, short stuff.
After that last fight where I was just hiding the whole time, he knows better.
Yeah. So so the lights start to turn off in the entire quarter as people start to leave. Some of the shops are 24 hours, but there is a very particular store that is now completely shut down.
That sounds great. I think I'll approach said store certain blocks away and try to hear if I can, well, deduce if anyone's actually there.
I'm going to loan you the lock break, which will add a +3 to your roll when you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody inside the store now.
Sounds like there's absolutely no one.
Yeah, it is closed. It is closed up for shop.
I'm just hanging out at the front, like leaning on the wall at the front, keeping an eye out.
Just listening.
All right.
Then I'll try to break in.
All right. What is the roll for lockpicking?
Is
Dexterity.
All right, dexterity plus your ability plus any focuses that you have plus the +3 from the tool.
Yeah, it would just be that. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Not bad.
+3 as well. Yeah, it's not bad. Yay.
That's 20. Yeah, you break this thing open. It's the lock just snaps right into place as you insert it in. The door opens up. No security alarms go off. The store is open.
I still don't trust this, so I'm gonna go 100% stealth. Oh, as close to stealth as I can get.
All right. Are you looking for anything in regards to, because she did mention the fact that there were CCTV cameras in there. As you're stealthing, are you trying to find the console controls?
I think that sounds intelligent. Yeah, I think. Oh, I don't know. There's CCTV, but there's also the temptation of just grabbing what I need and getting out of there, so I don't have to worry about this anymore.
Or you can just poke your head out and call for me.
Yeah, if I get in trouble, I've got big guy Arrow outside. He'll take care of it.
Okay. So, you're stealthing. What are you doing to stealth? Are you going to take out the CCTV controls, or are you just going to grab as much as you?
Grab as much as I can.
All right, give me another dex check.
So much dex. Oh, not bad.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you get away with about 4 regular potions on this one. The cameras are moving towards you though, so you can either try and hide from them again, and then try to get more, or you can stealth to get out without the cameras seeing you, or you can stealth further in and disable the camera console.
I think, stealth to get out. I'll just get out of there as quickly as possible. What we'll do for now. So I'll re-roll stealth, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna get all ones. Oh, close enough. called it.
Yeah, the alarms don't go off.
Okay. I'll just pat Arrow on the arm as high as I can reach, and quickly kind of mutter something along the lines of "Let's get out of here."
I'm going to say,
Basically sprint.
did you grab that picture of you on the door?
Oh shit!
I just
No,
want to
it's
slide a hand in and try to snag it right quick.
It's not a picture on the door.
Oh.
It's like in the glass, like an LCD screen
Oh.
display.
Okay, that's harder to take care of then.
But yeah, you've now got 4 regular health potions.
Did it. I'm gonna have to be stuffing a lot the whole of the next day after that elf.
Are you, before you guys actually leave though, are you locking that door back up, or are you just leaving it open and unlocked?
Oh, it's really tempting to leave it open and unlocked so anyone else can walk in.
Because they might get caught on camera and then they take the fall.
Yeah, I think
So-
leaving it open and unlocked, anyone can.
Do you want to like
Okay.
slightly open it up with like a stick in the door so the way the next person sees it's open?
Yeah.
All right, I need an intelligence check to be able to do that without it actually closing on you.
Oh, well, is that for me?
If I'm helping with this, can I make that roll? Oh, never mind. She did really
It
well.
has a plus
Yeah, I
one.
did okay.
So 8, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, you do it.
And however you want to include 5 stump points in on that.
I have to quickly jump to see what those do. If I
Yeah.
even need them.
I don't know how they would help with this, but if you just want to say it's done, it's done.
Yeah, I think I'll just be done with that. I don't need to stump points for that.
Yeah, no. Because we're actually short on time now, before we'll pick up with the parade tomorrow. Well, the next game session when Dolphin's back, because you guys probably will actually need him for that. But yeah, the next morning as you walk through, heading out towards the parade, there are guild police all in front of that pharmacy now, and it looks like it's been completely gutted. Like, the elf is sitting in front of the entire mess, just smoking a cigarette, just shaking her head very slowly back and forth, and the orc's sitting right next to her, just looking at her with a look like, really?
As
I
we're
hope they
walking,
had
I'll walk
insurance.
so I'm. As we're walking, I'll walk so that Arrow is in the line of sight and not. Just in case they look our way.
The elf just kind of looks at Arrow and then just shakes her head slowly and flicks the butt of her cigarette at him, and then picks up another and lights that up and starts smoking again.
I just want to give an intimidating glare, like, you know, hey, you're bringing this on me? Where's my intimidation?
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Wow.
I like to think the gaze turns away.
Yeah, it does. Her gaze turns away.
Because the orc are all awful and just have him shit himself.
Yeah. The orc, though, stares back at you for staring at her. Just as intimidating as you are.
I got like a 16 on mine.
Yeah.
Okay, he's an orc. He probably gets a bonus, so I'm not seeing. Okay, yeah. I forgot. Orc, big guy. I don't mind. I just keep right on walking because I never set foot in their store.
Yeah, you're right. You never did. So,
I
yep,
just wanted to take a detour behind some buildings
Mhm.
just to avoid it.
I'm just mad that she flicked a cigarette at me. That's all. That's my whole beef.
yeah, Messel, you can make a stealth check.
Well, absolutely. Shit.
Holy crap!
Impressive.
We can do it when we need to do it. Oh, hey, this whole
Yeah,
time I've been doing with exploration stunts. I forgot there's role play stunts also when you're talking to someone. Sorry,
Oh.
I forget what there is around here.
That's why I keep these.
Yeah, I need to just put those up, where I'm not scrolling through the book. I just need to
Yeah.
I just need to make all these charts where I can easily attain them.
Yeah, they don't see you. They don't see you.
Oh,
Man, they
that's-
came close.
But yeah, they do get close. Your heart does kind of flutter a bit because you recognize the fact that they get close to seeing you a few times. But yeah, you just sneak right on.
You know what?
So-
I just want to ask the orc because I figure I don't think I'm like a huge guy, but I'm like, hey, where can I get some clothes? You're just like a size bigger than me, so where do you shop?
Hanson's down on 21st Street.
Cool. I need a good coat. I like your coat. I can go pick up a coat later.
You do that. he's just yeah, he's not plussed with today. You've seen those people that kind of come in and their entire day is just dictated by how work's going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, his day has just gone from I'm going to see how everything goes to yeah, this is shit already.
I'm just thinking I'm going to go and pick me up a nice duster. I go
I'm
buy my
actually
duster.
amazed- Yep. Yep.
I mean,
I'm
my
actually
other
amazed
clothes are
that's the-
kind of burnt anyway. I do need a new set.
Yeah.
Just let me know what that'll
Yeah,
cost.
I'll figure that in time.
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
next
Later
session.
on, later on. We're like you said, we're over time already.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
This was fun.
I'm actually quite amazed that you guys didn't rob the store, like of its cash.
Oh, that's completely slipped my mind.
Yeah. Oddly enough,
Well,
I didn't
we
think
don't
about
need
that either, but I was only mad because of the racism involved. It's like, look, you caught her, you kicked her out. Now you're gonna come and get aggressive with me? No. My priorities were not in the right place. I'll admit this.
Yeah, Messel tries to steal somebody, ends up stealing from them anyway, getting even more than she bargained for.
And then ruin their business.
Yes!
Like, I mean, so it's a big town with a lot of violence. I'm sure that the guilds have insurance. I'm sure they'll be back on their feet in a couple days. I don't like the guilds anyway. I'm pretty sure I'm opposed to the guilds based on the signage I've seen and my personality. I'm very anti-authority.
Yeah. Yeah. So, this is going to be interesting when it comes to stuff next week, in the next game session.
Oh yeah,
This
we
is
did
a
forget
box
about all
chaos.
the cameras outside the place.
Yeah. It's probably a good view.
You know what? They already probably have me attached to a terrorist attack. What do I care about a little bit of robbery?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably accused. They probably got me holding 2 fuel cells, threatening to blow people up. So I don't think I got too much more. You can't add on to that.
Nope.
I'm cool.
But yeah. Thank you, everyone, for tonight, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Yeah, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week with my game of The Expendable Crew. It'll be episode 22, Secrets and Lies. And we'll see you back here, Missile and Dolphin and Nick, in 2 weeks. Oh, I don't know if Nick will be here in 2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll see who joins us then. Bye, guys.
Nick's going to be back in December because
Okay.
he's one still putting together his character sheet, but two, he's not available for the next for the next
Okay,
session.
well, we'll see you in a month, Nick. Missile, I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm going to shut up
see ya.
now. Bye, guys.
Good night.
But